get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest tonight is a much-awarded actor currently. He can be seen in The Tempest right here on Broadway, and it's a real pleasure having him here tonight. I've never met the man. Please welcome Patrick Stewart. Thanks for being here. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm very well. Yeah, we're in previews at the moment down at the Broadhurst Theatre, and so everything is a little tense. You know.
I can imagine that.
We're running the show in, but I was much relaxed to see the card that you had up earlier of Laurel and Hardy.
Oh, one of the bumpers in, we put my face, I think, on Laurel or Hardy.
And that looked terrific. You were very convincing.
Thank you. Yeah, I work hard at that stuff. Yeah, very hard at it. Well, you say you're a little nervous about doing The Tempest. You've done it, and you're doing it on Broadway now, but you've done it before in Central Park, right?
I've actually done the play 5 times. This is the 5th time that I've done it. But we were in the park in the summer, in the Delacorte Theatre, which is an open-air theatre, seating 1,900 people. So the transition to a much smaller interior space has been quite complicated. But it's...
What's it like doing... I can't even imagine trying to do a play like that in the park. I mean, living in New York, living near Central Park, I can't imagine trying to do a production there.
There are hazards you have to contend with which you wouldn't find inside a theater. Helicopters, aeroplanes, rain, lightning, thunderclaps, dead bodies. No, there was
really? Is that true?
Yeah, there was. It's sad and unfortunate, really. Yeah. But the police found the body in the rocks just behind our stage. I think it was probably the last actor who had played Prospero.
God! They found it during the play, and they just are carrying it out, and you
just a few minutes before we went up, and so the entire evening was spent performing to a background of flashing lights and emergency vehicles and police.
Wait a minute, I would think that would really bring an audience down to have a murder discovered while you're trying to do a show.
Fortunately they kept the information from us until after the show was over, so we didn't know we were having to compete with this real live drama.
Oh my God, that does sound tough. And what other kind of, I mean, so you're doing this show outside. What if it's freezing cold outside? What if it, mosquitoes? Is there any kind of infestation problem when you're doing a show in Central Park?
Well, we're right alongside a lake, and there was a small problem with mosquitoes, but not so much of being bitten, but if you turn around quickly with your mouth open, you're likely to swallow them. But it's not cold in the park in the summer. We were playing there in temperatures that were up in the 90s. It did rain. We were rained off once. We had to abandon one performance, but we also played through the rain. They have some code about how intense the rain is, you know, and through drizzle we kept going. That's something that won't happen to us in the Broadhurst.
Yeah, now talk about the Broadhurst now. I would think the audiences would be a little different because now people are paying $65 a pop to see you play Prospero, whereas before people were seeing you for free. What's the difference in an audience that has to pay?
Are you suggesting it's not worth that much?
No, not at all.
I mean, how much would you pay?
I would pay upwards of $900. Don't really push that too hard. You're really going to regret that, aren't you? Yeah, right. Don't really push that too hard.
All right. Well, it is... You know,
is a crowd that's paid $65, like, are they more enthusiastic because they feel they have to be than a crowd that paid?
They're certainly different. The audiences in the park had to stand in line, sometimes for hours, towards the end of the run for more than 24 hours to get a ticket. And so having got that ticket and got into your seats, people are feeling very good about it, and they're determined to have a good time. It's not quite the same, you know, when you've bought your ticket and you turn up 5 minutes before the show begins. But the audiences are terrific. The worst audiences... Well, there are 2 kinds of bad audiences. One are benefit audiences. We know when you have a special event and people pay a huge amount of money, as you're going to pay your $900 to see our play.
Yeah, sure, you'll get that, But you're talking people that pay like $10,000 or $5,000 or something.
Not good audiences, no. And the other kind are the audiences who have the tickets for nothing. Audiences consisting of freebies are generally very, very bad audiences.
Why is that?
They're more judgmental. I think they generally...
How can you be judgmental? If you're seeing it for free, why are you judgmental?
It's a curious thing of human nature, that, isn't it? I think they always feel they could be getting something better for nothing.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, this is a bad country, I tell you. All right, listen, can you hang on? We're going to do another one. We're going to do a commercial right now, though.
Yes,
can you
sir.
hang on just 1 second? All right, folks, we're going to have more with Patrick Stewart in just a moment. But first, tonight, Late Night is brought to you by none other. This is how I humiliate myself. Yeah, by Alpo Dog Food. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A great dog food deserves... a great dog... I can't even do this right. A great dog deserves Alpo. Watch this.
Yum, 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 yum. He loves it, right, Snuffy? Woo!
Patrick Stewart. We didn't get a chance to talk about this in the last segment, but Jeffrey, you're in a new movie, Jeffrey, that's out right now.
Just been released.
That's right. And tell us, this is it was a play first.
It was a very successful play off Broadway by Paul Rudkin, and it's about a young man, a young gay man living in New York, who, feeling that sex has just become too dangerous in this time of AIDS, makes a unilateral decision to give it up. Everything. Relationships, sex, heavy petting, the whole works. So the film is about the impact of this decision on his life and the lives of two of his closest friends, of which I play one of them.
You play one of the friends.
Yeah,
okay.
and you have a clip, I think, and this is a scene where Sterling, the character I play, and my lover have formed a group called the Pink Panthers. This is a group which moves about the streets at nighttime to prevent people from gay bashing.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at this clip from Jeffrey.
Did you call him?
Of course. Left a message on his machine.
Left a message. Would you call him again?
Pink Panthers. Oh, hello, darling.
Is someone in trouble?
Really?
No. Oh, no.
What?
We must get over to Washington Square right away. It's Todd, that huge bodybuilder from the gym.
No, not Todd. In shorts.
Huh? That's a terrific outfit.
Yeah.
Did you get to keep that beret afterwards? That's a good look for you. Very nice.
The puce beret. Yeah.
Very fetching, yeah. All right, now tell me, you're living in New York now, full-time.
Well, it would seem so. I happen to have had 5 jobs in this city in the last 18 months. And so, first of all, I became an enforced New Yorker. Now I seem to be an adopted New Yorker, and I'm very happy.
Now, is that difficult at all, being an Englishman living in New York City? Is it an adjustment?
No.
There's
not
nothing
at all.
really that grates on you a little bit?
Well, you know, it was very difficult at the beginning, largely because, you know, Englishmen are, for the most part, non-confrontational, as you've already seen with, you know. And we're very low-keyed and very polite and so forth. And there was an instant, the very first morning that I was in New York back in 1970, when I went into a deli to order a sandwich to take into rehearsals with me and a cup of coffee. And it was very crowded, very noisy, and I thought that everybody was having a fight. I found they were just New Yorkers going about their business. And
they were actually all having a very pleasant conversation for them,
a very civilized conversation. So this guy turned to me and said, "What do you want?" And I said, "Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I'd like, if you don't mind, I'd like a corned beef sandwich on rye bread with some lettuce and tomato, and could I have a cup of large black coffee to take away with me, please?" And he said, "2 corny cows coming through the drungle, drag it in the rye to go." So language was a problem to begin with.
Yeah, there's a big language barrier between New Yorkers and the English.
But
you learn to overcome it over time.
well, yes, I understand that it's not hostility at all.
It often is, actually, in
really?
this city, yeah.
No.
You'll learn over time. Make sure I get this right. The Tempest is at the Broadhurst Theater.
44th Street.
44th
From
Street.
now through until the 31st of December.
All right. Well, thanks very much for coming. Best of luck with the run of that show. It was very nice to meet you. All right, everybody. Patrick Stewart, Sean and Marlon Wayans are coming up. We'll be right back. Stick around.